Hey team, welcome back to Starcom, the unknown sector. Last time about we went zooming around in our rocket ship, blasting through space at a bajillion miles an hour, trying to explore. We found a few things, but you know, nothing of like super relevance. And so I think it is time to head home, it looks like. Make sure we're geared up for combat, because I'm sure nothing great comes from this. Are we really going home? Not to another universe of fiery debris? Guess we're gonna find out today. Down the rabbit hole. We ain't in Kansas anymore, Toto. Late for a very important date. Nav map confirms we've made it home. The wormhole is still microscopic on this side. If all goes according to plan, Selena will seal it after the Alethea is through. Well, if it isn't our old nemesis, trash we were supposed to clean up but didn't. I take it Atlas and this garbage have a history. Aren't you supposed to be getting me some rope? How long has Dr. Rama been on board? Forever. That was oddly satisfying. But we have a flinger. What the hell? Interesting, this flinger is under construction with Starcom materials. I know we were working on something along the same lines, but the form similarities are striking. As anxious as we are to revisit our family and favorite restaurants and so forth, our orders are pretty explicit. Meh. Give me a reason to care. That's the real problem you're having here. Why did this sun just turn off? There's no thing around it? Yeah, it looks like it. It's just like, nope, you scanned me. I mean, I very much doubt we're going to find anything here, but you never know. Electra Alpha, huh? Starcom has surveyed this region pretty thoroughly. Probably not going to find any anomalies here. I spent a semester on Palladium, fascinating marine life, zero nightlife. Well, that sounds terrible. We could take Commander Rast to Caliban's on Altier 4 to celebrate making it home. Sure, I'm all for it. Let's go. We're still on a mission, people. Focus. Yeah, I'm one of those people that's got to scan everything. I'll be in Merope's lab transferring my research data to their systems. There's something I need to urgently investigate, so do not disturb me. Rear Admiral Eridani. Great Comet. We thought you were trapped on the other side of the wormhole with Seleno. When I saw your ship signature on the scanners, I assumed Starcom had prematurely named a new ship in your memory. Please explain yourself. Give the long version of the story. An hour later, so Dr. Rama was correct that the Celestial Ring artifacts were some kind of wormhole gateway? Fascinating. Where did this gateway lead? Continue with the long version. An hour later, so the Emir were hired to protect what later turned out to be a heretic structure? Go on. Continuing with the long version. An hour later, this polyhedral artifact sounds incredible. And continuing with the long version. An hour later. And how is Captain Dawson? My sister was in her class at the academy. 1 hour later. As interesting as your adventure has been, perhaps you should give me the executive summary now. Alright, short version. This is certainly a dramatic update. I will review Commodore U's report as soon as you leave, but I think I have the basic situation in hand. Now, I imagine you have some questions for me, but first I think I should bring you up to speed on our side. We lost contact with Mia's station around the time of your disappearance. Wow, the technology transfer definitely has devout origins. Looks like they had started to incorporate remnant tech as well, but the data format is different. It reminds me of some tech we purchased. Subsequently, a black battlecruiser materialized on our doorstep, and its commander confessed to its destruction. They presented a plausible explanation for the attack, although with the wormhole collapse we had no way to verify anything they said. But they have been sharing a great deal of powerful technology with us. We've had them station their ship in deep space to avoid questions. We would like you to interview them and evaluate their story. Little hiccup there, but back to the races. Dr. Rama, I know you said don't disturb you, but what did I say? Time is vitally important here. I need to investigate this new data. Alright, where are we off to? Down we go. Starcom can't be harboring a devout battlecruiser that destroyed Mia, right? I mean, maybe. That would be a good reason, though. It seems very unlikely. Admiral Eridani does not strike me as someone co-opted by their devotion. I suppose we'll know soon enough. My bad. I didn't mean to, shatter you. And myself. Greetings, Commander Ask. Admiral Eridani has informed us you have some questions. Hold on, you're a Gourier? Are you the devout? Who are you and what are your intentions? Yeah, let's play it close to the chest. First, before we are accused of additional deceptions, let me state that despite the dramatic change in your ship, I recognize your vessel's systems beacon as the one that passed through the wormhole as we emerged. We have no contact with your counterparts in our universe. but it is likely they've had contact with you. So we will be as truthful as possible for the simple reason that we have no idea what you have learned. Wise counterplay, he Uno reversed me. We are the former academics of the fallen empire, now branded heretics by our enemies, the devout. Okay, so that's what they are. I do not know how much of our history you have learned, but the devout are a dangerous plague that for centuries corrupted the last fragments of the empire. Recently they have metastasized and threatened to devour the remainder of our universe. Having failed all attempts to stop their expansion, we discovered that they have been trying to find an ancient quantum wormhole left by the remnants. This is one of their advanced prototype vessels that they have constructed using remnant tech. Fortunately, the first officer of the vessel was myself, a heretic agent placed years ago. I facilitated a mutiny while on maneuvers near one of the outposts. Having detected the signature of a wormhole opening, we decided to traverse it with this ship before the devout learned the ship had been lost, gaining the advantage of surprise against devout on the other side. Why did you destroy the Mia station? When we arrived in this space, we detected that the stabilizer Starcom was using a design from the devout Whisperers. I took this as confirmation that devout had already gained a foothold here and made the decision to destroy the base. But once the wormhole was closed, we were able to take our time and monitor the activity of Starcom. Eventually, I became convinced that the decision was an error. The only course of action was to contact your forces and warn them of the impending threat, for it was only a matter of time before the devout did discover the wormhole. Why did the Gorir in your universe not tell us any of this? That you would have to ask them, but in our universe we have learned a hard, painful lesson to be untrusting and careful with the truth. The devout have tried many tricks to lure us into revealing ourselves. The devout were searching for a quantum wormhole, calling out to it to reveal itself with their remnant secrets, and then one appeared. I would not rush to trust the force that emerged. Why should we trust you? Trust cannot be won by argument, only by proof of action, over longer periods than we have. We have provided Starcom all the technology we have to help against what is about to come through the wormhole. You can either attempt to destroy us now, as retribution for the Mia, or let us fight the devout with you. It is our hope that we both live long enough for us to make reparations for the harm we have caused. That is an interesting narrative. It would explain some of the Gorir's behavior. Yeah, it sure would. Atlas, you were reported missing months ago. You better get the fleet command. Alright, we're going back to base. RTB. Maybe we're not quite over yet. Maybe the shenanigans are not quite over yet. I'm eager to hear the results of your interview with the heretics, but our perimeter ship has just detected vessels emerging through the wormhole. But that's not our biggest problem. Dr. Rama has made a discovery she claims supersedes everything else. She says you must go back and tell the Seleno not to use the device now. I've known Rama since she was coming up in the research division. I'm sure you've noticed she's not prone to hyperbole. I'm making available all station materials that aren't literally bolted down. Prepare the Atlas and get back to the Seleno now. Okay. The wormhole should almost be large enough to allow travel from this side. I'm going to transfer back to the Atlas. We need to get back to the Seleno and stop them from severing the wormhole. There may be time for more detailed explanation later. You must trust me. Using the device would be catastrophic to life in this universe. Okay. I'm thinking she found out the remnant made our universe, and snipping that umbilical might be problematic for us. Got it. What, you said please? This must be serious. I have not observed using please to actually increase efficacy of request, despite the conventional wisdom. I have observed that abnormally phrased requests can produce greater attention from the subject. So pretty please, get us back through the wormhole. Fair enough. There's really not much more left for me to research, huh? Can't even put lasers on because I don't have the dye beryllium. Alright then. Don't stop to engage the enemy. It's imperative we get back to Seleno as soon as possible. Move, bitch. Get out the way. Palladium is sending out a general distress signal. It sounds as if the devout aren't trying to use soft persuasion. They're irradiating the populace. Well, I don't find that acceptable at all. Rama made it pretty clear we need to get back to Seleno now. Yeah? I'm transmitting the details of our research on radiation attacks. At least they won't be helpless. Alright boys, I got you started. You're gonna have to do the rest of the work. The wormhole is expanding slowly. We should be able to pass through soon. I'll let you know when readings have stabilized. Oh, take your time. It's fine. Yeah, that ship looks cool. Our orders are to give you cover until Atlas gets through the wormhole. Once you can, don't hang around. Yeah, that thing looks cool. My ship, just 2 rows of hangar bays and a whole bunch of missile launches. Okay, the wormhole opening is large enough. Let's get the fleck out, get through so we can come back and kick some devoted butt. Alright, fair enough. I'm transmitting an emergency message to Selenos instructing them not to use the device. Oh, Seleno got laser beams, huh? Oh wait, no it doesn't. That's their laser beams, not ours. Ours are blue. I'm detecting a lot of high energy interference between us and them. It's hard to know if it got through. Oh shit. Gorir brought a big boy up, huh? Doesn't matter though. It really doesn't matter. Like, we got this in the bag. Oh shit. And the Nimian are here. Oh no, that's cool. We got a whole alliance going. We have shields up and we're not even in the cloud. What the hell? It does feel like their ships are getting tougher, though. I could just ram it. Look, even the Alethea has become a denser girl. Look at her. All kitted up, huh? The Devout are now continuously harassing Seleno. With our mutual upgrades and allies, we've been holding them off, but just barely. We've encountered some evidence of genetic engineering during the Empire. What can you tell us about it? Now's the best time for this. A danger of genetically engineering superpopulations is that this suppresses genetic diversity and puts the entire pool at risk from a previously unknown threat. Surely the Empire was aware, but maybe they believed they could always engineer a solution. Still, I wouldn't be at all surprised if this wasn't a contributor of the fall. My team has been examining the data Lieutenant Rhea recovered from the first lab. The Empire not only genetically engineered individuals for specific roles, but also large groups. These changes gave advantages for the Empire's operations and for the individual. A stronger, long-lived soldier with superior tactical thinking was better for the Empire, and more likely to pass on these genes until they became the majority of that species. From Lieutenant Rhea's notes on the specific modifications, we were also able to guess at translations for some of the cryptic annotations. Our guess is that some modifications were the less unalloyed benefits, but were things the Empire as a whole might want, but an individual might not opt into. Natural defense and natural deference to the Empire's authority, for example. So they genetically engineered the Devout. Anasa Dolson of the Alethea informed us that you were under attack from the Devout. This is an opportunity for us to demonstrate the value of the Nimian Trust. We will protect the Seleno. Oh, they even brought one of the big boys in. Okay, I can dig it. Given the increased danger, blah 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 blah. How about the Second Legion? What do y'all got to say? I've never heard of the Gorir, but one arrived in our space and said Commander Rask and the Slaner were in need of assistance. As soon as they told me this and transferred 2,000 units of copper, we rushed to your aid. 2,000 units of copper, huh? Holy shit. We just hoarding the copper? The Devout are sending capital ships through the wormhole already, Rama. If you've delayed closing it for science, I will have you court-martialed so hard you'll never touch so much as an abacus. If the Seleno and the Alice command staff could meet me in my office, I only have to explain this once. After the Atlas returned from the primordial universe, I've been trying to reconcile the data collected with our previous measurements, and have reached a conclusion. The polyhedra didn't open a wormhole to the primordial universe. It actually created the primordial universe. The wormhole was kind of a tether, allowing information and matter to flow between and keep it stable, because the primordial universe's potential energy is above the true vacuum for its fundamental physics. Uh-oh. I compared the data from the wormhole to our own universe and got the same results. Permanently closing the wormhole would cause a false vacuum decay of the child universe, which at this point all signs point to being our own. Hey, I called it. Okay, I get it. I know you're probably right, but Lieutenant Pyrrhix, I'm assuming he said double check. This is unbelievable. The capabilities of the remnants are even greater than we suspected, and unlocks a whole new branch of physics. This explains why the quantum wormhole is so stable. It was designed to be. I cannot begin to speculate as to the how or why, but the conclusion seems inescapable. Severing the wormhole would destroy our home universe. Fantastic. Captain Dolson thinks the Devout still do not have total control of the chariot, but even so, they are continuously upgrading their ships with capabilities they have. Extrapolating from what we've seen, within a week they'll be able to produce a single ship that could wipe out Starcom's entire fleet. Now that the CIE device is off the table, I want to hear some options. Telonians seem to be a check on the Empire's control of the chariots. If we could find one, maybe we could stop the Devout. That would be fantastic, but as I understand it, we've searched this place and found only fragments. Unless you have learned of some previously untapped source of Imperial history, where would we even look? I may have an idea. You're thinking the Gorir might know more about the Telonians than they've led us to believe. Would make sense since they are the academics. Alright, back to work. We learned that you're responsible for the destruction of our station and closing the wormhole. You learned this from the black ship, as you call it, then it's true. We did not know what transpired after it passed through the wormhole. We were still uncertain if you were devout puppets, so we kept our secrets and waited. If we'd revealed the truth of ourselves and our stolen ship, would you have trusted us? Probably not. So lost nothing, and perhaps gained the opportunity to prove that if we are not your allies, we have a shared enemy. We are truly sorry for the destruction of your ship. Like all people, we put our own goals before yours. As have you. Our ships followed you to the strange pulsing star. We have deduced that its expulsions could be used to create a device to suture the wormhole. Is it your intention to do so after your forces have retreated and leave us to face the Devout alone? Our goal is to stop the Devout from invading our space, and would severing the wormhole not stop them from doing so? Is there something you have not shared with us? It is, of course, understandable, as the impetus is on us to regain your trust and keep you in the fight against the Devout. What can we offer as evidence that we are not your enemy? Where can we find a Telonian? As you may have learned, the Telonians were all dismantled or destroyed during the collapse of the Empire. While fragments remain, the core constructs are gone from this universe. In our search for the Arcadian artifacts, we learned that the generation ship was torn apart was one of two. The other, we believe, lies trapped beyond a singularity created by a remnant device. Our researchers have studied the singularity and devised a way to modify our ships to travel through it unscathed. We will share the understanding with you, but we will caution you, none of our vessels sent through have returned. What joy. The information they transmitted will allow us to research a new technology. With that, we should be able to safely navigate the singularity. Oh man, I'm having a hard time talking right now. Hopped up on too much caffeine, boys. Hopped up on too much caffeine, boys. I'm tweaking. I'm tweaking. Alright, so Nimian Bros. What y'all got? You got some beryllium I can have? You got some Shurelite I can have? I got all the gold you could ever fucking want. Alright, let's see. What can we do here? I want to keep the missile racks. What happens if I remove one? 1.2 seconds? Not... Damn it. Missile rack, lock that back in. Havoc system, bring you down here. Laser beams, where are you at? Laser beams, where are you? 155, so what do we remove? What do we remove? Yeah? Maybe? That seems good enough. Power draw is going to be the problem, though. Simulating the heat. So at this level, we have 148 energy production. That's 30, 50, 0, 0, 0, and I don't know what shields is, to be fair. Engine draw. So yeah, we should have enough energy, one would assume. Doesn't seem to be denting it, but then again I am at full shields. Yeah, it seems to be okay. Alright, so we gotta go to a black hole. We gotta Matthew McConaughey ourselves. Alright, alright, alright. We're going interstellar, boys and girls. And you know the great thing about black holes? I keep getting older, but they stay the same age. Does it make sense? No. Do I care? No. Alright, well, we'll either explode or go somewhere new. Let's check it out. To another universe. The adjacentest universe. Completed mission. Vacuum decay. Shields up. This debris looks like it came from the same vessel as the one we found. Hopefully that means there's a chance the other generator arc is still intact. Pushing us around, I like it. That's kind of cool. Somewhere. Alright, so I'm assuming we just traveled this way. Let me know if anyone needs an anti-emetic. Too late. Derelicts, don't vomit all over the console. Come on now. What did the Atlas ever do to you? Analyzing anomaly. Analysis complete. Recoverable materials include titanium, gold, platinum, neutronium, ethylene, and various high-quality biologics. Preparing to recover for repair reserves. It's nice we're high-quality biologics, but the sound of that analysis is ominous. Yeah, it does sound pretty ominous, doesn't it? Also, it doesn't matter, because I ran it over like a bitch. We are going to absorb you. Are you? Or I keep running them over without ever seeing them. Are you gonna take us out, though? I would consider this probably not. Alright, what are we dealing with here? There's something. There's a station or something. Guardian Try. Or Guardian Tree. Oh, hell no. What the shit is this? Are those blue things the repair things? I think they are. I don't think it frankly matters. I think we're going to shred the shit out of it. Like that. The hell are y'all? Target has active anti-recycling system. Attempting to disable. Anti-active recycling system. You mean weapons? Yeah, it sure does. It has a lot of weapons. Anti-active recycling system. I wish we weren't in such a rush. All the flora of the galaxy in one place, but why is it uninhabited? The generation vessel's interior is divided into multiple distinct biomes, each massive and capable of supporting countless life forms, possibly billions. Different segments' rotational velocities create a range of gravities. At the point the surveyor enters the environment, it is subtropical, but scans show distant areas with nearly as much variety as the worlds of this universe. I'm with Rhea. I don't think anything could top the chariot. I could spend the rest of my career here. Equally impressive is the vast machinery concealed between the interior surface and the structure's outer walls. Several kilometers deep, it is clear that only a fraction are related to maintenance of the interior space. Others bear similarities to space-bending engines of the chariots. The rest are an enigma. At the end of the great spindle, at the center of the arc, the team finds a central chamber overlooking the vast expanse outside. Within is the inert husk of an enormous brass automaton. Many of its components seem to have been carefully removed, save for a central processing unit in the head. One of the missing parts has an identical shape to the first Telonian fragment we recovered. Replace the missing fragment. The darkened automaton energizes and communicates without the translator. Your request is granted. I will provide you with a set of algorithms that, if translated to the chariot, will neutralize the recent technologies of the Devout. The Devout have gained from its control. How do you know what our request is? He's a genius! After you reconnected my missing component, I perceived you and your vessel. I acquired the data and its systems, and the nature of your request was obvious. Since time is essential and an immediate answer demonstrated that I understood the problem and my capacity for providing a solution. Dude woke up and a fraction of a second later had a solution. What? Okay. Just control our lives. Let the robots win. We have questions. I'm aware the data the Telonians shared with us are nearly an inscrutable blend of math, physics, and language. They are practically filling Atlas's data banks. I'm aware, but the situation is urgent. While the Devout will not gain complete control of the chariot, it will enter your universe once the wormhole is fully stabilized. I'm transmitting my core chariot access protocol directly to your ship. I swear I've been running into so many hiccups in like this last little stretch of the game here. Just weird. The white hole forms a closed topology with the immodest singularity. I suspect it would take us back to our own space near where we entered. Which is good, because we gotta go back to the Solano. Presumptively. Since, you know, we need to be at the chariot. The Telonian data is too large for the Atlas transmission buffer. I'll need to break it into 3 segments. I'll need to stay within 300 AU to complete the segments. Glees, your chariot awaits. How long have you been waiting to fire that one off? Hold this position. Chariot transmission started. I just wanted to put my fighters back on the ship. That's one of those repair bits. Can't have them doing that. You can explode, thank you. First segment complete. Looks like the chariot is sending us some data in response. This tactical information on the Devout's newest upgrades, I can use this to immediately improve our defenses against their weapons. That's a big boy. I need you to take out that repair bay, damn it. Yeah, buddy. Divinity, huh? He's got a repair bay, too. Second transmission complete. And another download link transmission. This one is data on their improved hull materials. I'm adjusting our weapons to exploit. I would say it got exploited all right. Last fragment complete. Fingers and toes that it fingers and toes that it worked. We noticed a change in the chariot's external comms. I think we can talk to it now. Well, alright. The Valve's hold on the chariot systems was surprisingly tenacious, but I have exercised them and can now control it completely from here, within the Ark. Their new fleets were dependent on my chariot for strength and are now quite fragile, much like the Empire they toppled. I must conserve energy for my remaining tasks. Soon I will let this wormhole return to its stable quantum state. This will keep it safe from being cut, but will no longer allow passage between universes. You and your vessels should decide which side to end your journey on. Do we have to decide now? No, days to me are like mere moments. Speak to me again when you are ready to return to your home. Your next trip through the wormhole will be the last. All right. You know, I think with that, we will take a little bit of a break, because I'm getting hiccups, and it is a pain in the ass, isn't it? All right. Y'all stay safe out there. Have a good one. And we'll be back in a bit for the ending.